This mayor of Dallas and Mayor Eric Johnson, I mean, congrats on getting candidacy.
Yeah, that's right. Good run.
Campaign. He won. NFL on CBS says, if the NFL announced a new expansion team, what city do you think most deserves it? Now, I think a lot of people, and I think we're playing serious maybe in our right ears. If we could turn that down, I think there's an echo in my right ear. And I don't like listening to me begin with. I'm only listening to the show one time, and that's when it's live. There's too much me there. But whenever they project this question, a lot of people say, oh, maybe San Antonio. Right? San Antonio's a city that gets thrown out there.
Yeah.
There's other cities that have been getting mentioned. London's even being talked about as a team. Austin, Texas, because they are now the home of space.
Yes.
So if space wants to come down, check out an NFL game, you got Texas Longhorns, you got NFL game, maybe that'll be a thing. A lot of people said the Lions should maybe move. You said that.
Yeah, to Montana.
To Montana, because the American Lions are actually out there. Nonetheless, the mayor of Dallas had an answer and said the answer is Dallas. Why? We're about to pass that sorry sack of shit city, Chicago. Zito, you do not deserve that. Zito's fixing a problem in the back, by the way, so he didn't get to defend his city. We actually like Chicago. Chicago Metro, and become the number 3 metro in the U.S., which would make us the largest U.S. metro without 2 teams. Football is king here. Dallas needs an expansion team, and we would be able to sustain 2 NFL teams better than L.A., or New York.
Whoa.
Interesting.
So I didn't even know that Dallas was on the move up in the largest cities in America or whatever. Congrats to Dallas.
Yeah, that's huge. Congrats, Dallas.
Congrats to Mayor Eric Johnson for winning the mayorcy of a city that might be number 3 overall in the entire country. In follow-up, that's Cowboy City, isn't it? I mean, America's team. You would think they would at least be Dallas's team. Mayor Johnson's like, nah, fuck that. We want another squad here that Jerry ain't got. And Jerry's walking into his office this morning, dumping more salt on an Egg McMuffin or whatever the hell he was eating there on Hard Knocks. And he's saying, Mayor Johnson it is? Is that his fucking name? I will call this team the Arlington fucking Cowboys tomorrow. You tell Eric to delete his fucking tweet. You tell Eric to say thank you to the Cowboys every single day, or I will call us the Arlington Fort Worth fucking Cowboys tomorrow. That is probably what's taking place. And I love the fact that we just learned a lot about Dallas and Dallas being conversated about. But there's no way this guy wins mayorship again. If we know anything about Dallas is a Cow. I mean, they're all in down there.
Yeah.
We're talking about going wearing the Dallas Cowboys jersey to a grocery store, getting like 20% off on most days. It's like Jerry Jones has made that city buy into the Cowboys as much as possible, which has made the world buy into the Cowboys as much as possible. That was a wild take. He just wants to look out for the city. 2 NFL teams better than 1 NFL team. But if the 1 NFL team is like the most popular team in the world, probably not the best idea to try to have the city be split on the whole squad. But hey, to each their own. Seems like it's probably not going to work out. Do think we should hold a moment of silence for this guy's fucking mayoral career. Moment passed. This dude's dead.
Yeah. By all accounts, Jerry Jones is the mayor of Dallas. I don't know why this guy's acting like, he's throwing the gavel down and making decisions. If Jerry wants to do something, I assume the mayor, just basically says, yeah, go ahead, Jerry. And he really wants to split up Cowboys Nation, the team that's going to the Super Bowl every goddamn year. He wants to try and draw a wedge in that gap. Give me a fucking break.
What if Mayor comes out? What if Mayor Johnson comes out and actually cuts a promo? Yeah, we want a team to represent this actual city, the greatness of this city, not the false hype every year of this city. We'd like a team that goes to the Super Bowl, not doesn't make the playoffs or makes the playoffs and loses immediately for the last 30 fucking years with an owner who thinks he's a GM and a coach and a motivator. That's what we're looking for here in Dallas, and we think our city can contain it. I will take no more questions. What if he walks off and says that? The most electrifying mayor of all time.
10 minutes later.
No. Can't even talk about that, I don't think. But there is a chance, I guess, that with we allegedly heard about a conversation from Papa John's.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, anything Papa John says, everybody takes with a massive grain of salt.
Yeah. Snowball size.
Yeah. Maybe even snowman size.
Sure.
Not just that, snowman size of salt. Because who could take anything? A lot of the things he has said
sure.
Papa's a clown.
would warrant the thought, like, anything else that flows out of this mouth, we should probably.
Maybe vet.
Although he did say the day of reckoning was coming, and 3 months later, COVID started. So maybe Papa does know something.
Was it a Papa prophecy? Is this something?
Hey,
is
that's
that-
just what maybe people were thinking, is that Papa knew COVID was coming and he tried to warn us, but he didn't.
No, that was probably something to do with the yeast of the dough or something.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows with the better ingredients, better pizza. But anyways, the way he talked about Jerry calling him and wanting to make a move or whatever, kind of a political game, you're the advertiser. Let's assume in the city of Dallas, Jerry probably knows what? Every person that's anybody down there?
Yeah.
The amount of marketing he's done for the city of Dallas, too, I would assume that he's like, hey, have we not been a good relationship together? Why are you trying to tear down my fan base? That's a wild move, but I like the fact that the mayor put on for his city, but there's going to be consequences. Everybody talks about freedom of speech and not being freedom of consequence. This dude had a tweet, probably had a promising political career. He went to Harvard, Princeton, and Penn.
Jesus.
Pretty good.
Harvard, Princeton, and Penn. That's half the Ivy League, this guy. Penn Law, I believe, is where he went to.
Wow.
All of that, Bruce said, went to all those schools just to piss off Jerry Jones and ruin his entire career.
Yeah.
Which is potentially what's going to happen here.
Well, whether it's intentional or not, and whether, you can't offend Jerry. If he perceives something like this, and it kind of is. You're talking about splitting the entire, like whether he did it tongue in cheek and was kind of kidding. You joke about that, you cross Jerry in the state of Texas, you're done for. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, and maybe that's just our perception from outside in. Who knows what actual reality is? But boy, this does not feel like the right decision.
I'd like to think that.
Hey, I'd love to cheer for the Dallas No, we can't cheer for the Commanders.
The Dallas
Dallas.
Demons?
Dallas Demons.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was
Come on,
looking at the
Demons.
cities. Like, there's only maybe Jacksonville in the entire NFL where you can add a second team and potentially get more fans than the current NFL team. Like, there's no NFL city that wants a fucking second team. Who's going to root for another fucking team, right?
Yeah, and LA is a melting pot of
Correct.
humans. Everybody moves to LA from their town, so they always had a lot of, there's like a Steelers bar, a Lions bar. I think I was even at a Lions watch party in LA.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Lions bar had there, because people move there. I'm going to go make it. I'm going to go do it, and hopefully everybody does. I know there's a lot of locals in LA as well, from people that have moved in there or from way back or whatever the case. So I think there is a lot of fans to be earned still in those cities. Like, hey, you can sway them. If this is going to be their new home, like, they're going to be there. How many new people are moving to Dallas? I don't know those actual stats. You're going to be able to get maybe like, hey, new home, new thing. But why wouldn't you join the Cowboys if you're moving to Dallas? It's the only time you're allowed to be a fan of the team that's going to be on primetime television every single day. I don't know how you garner new fans in those cities. That's a great question to bring up. Jacksonville, now their fans are going to get a little loud. They all dress like fucking clowns because they hated the way the team was run. But back whenever they were the expansion team at the beginning, and Brunell was there, and Fred was running all over the place, and they also had Brant Boyer playing on special teams.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's ever heard of him. But he's
MJD.
awesome. MJD was after Fred, kind of the transition there.
Jimmy Smith.
They had some fans.
Yeah.
They had some fans. So I assume they would come back if they were good. But if you go to a city and you're not good, you're not going to have any fans. You go to a city and you're good, you'll get fans regardless. But it feels like Dallas is going to be a tough place to market against because the rest of the NFL hasn't figured out how to market against Jerry.
I looked up the stats. It's Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, and then the Houston's area. Those are the two fastest growing metro areas in the U.S. Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington gained like 1.3 million people in the last 10 years.
Okay, so maybe you can pick up some new fans.
Yeah, booming.
That's what the mayor's saying. Fuck the Cowboys. We got a bunch of people from out of town that want to be fans of an NFL team. They don't like the way Jerry operates. Overhyped, they say. Overhyped. Hey, Jerry, you keep your fans. We're just going to build a publicly funded stadium right over here.
That's right.
We're going to take a lot of money. It's going to be very big. It's going to be just as big as yours. Actually, we need to use yours now that we're thinking about it.